Alrighty. Genesis 35, which is the 35th chapter of the book of Genesis. For those of you looking for it, Genesis is the first book of the Bible. Who wants to serve? Well, for all of us.
I will begin.
Yeah.
Genesis 35:1. God said to Jacob, "Get up and go to Bethel and live there. Make an altar there for God who appeared to you when you fled in the presence of Esau your brother." Then Jacob said to his household and to all who were with him, "Throw away the foreign gods that are among you, by yourselves, and change your clothes. Let's get up and go to Bethel. I will make an altar there for God, who answered me in the day when I was in trouble, and who has been with me whenever."
Arabic.
Set out and terror of God fell on the cities that were around. So they did not pursue Jacob's sons. So Jacob came to live in Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan. He and all the people who were with him. He built an altar there and named that place El Bethel, as God had sent to hear him and fled from the presence of Israel. Deborah was first died, and she was buried under the oak of Bethel. So the place is named Bethel.
God appeared to Jacob again after he had come from Padan and blessed him. God said to him, "The name is Jacob, but the name will be Jacob, not be Jacob anymore. Your name will be Israel." So he named him Israel. God said to him, "I am God, a nation and a community of nations will descend from you, and kings will come from your blood. The land that I give to Abraham and Isaac, I will give also to you, and I will give the land to your descendants after you." God left him in the place where he had spoken with him, and Jacob set up a memorial in the place where God had spoken with him. It was a memorial stone. He poured out a drink offering on it and poured oil on it. Jacob named the place where God spoke with him Bethel.
Okay.
Then they traveled from Bethel. As they were coming close to Bethel, Rachel went into labor. She was experiencing hard labor, and when she was in hard labor, the midwife said to her, "Don't be afraid, for now you will have another son."
As her life was slipping away, for she was dying, she named her son Benoni, but his father named him Benjamin. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to, that is, Bethlehem. Jacob set up a memorial stone on her grave. It is the marker for Rachel's tomb to this day. Israel traveled on and pitched his tent beyond Migdal Eder. While Israel lived in that region, Reuben went and lay down with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard about it. Jacob had 12 sons. The sons of Leah were Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel were Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's maid, were Dan and Naphtali. The sons of Zilpah, Leah's made were Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob who were born to him at Paddan. Jacob came to his father Isaac at Mamre near Kiriath Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had resided as Abraham. The days of Isaac's life were 180 years. Isaac breathed his last and died. He was gathered to his people. He had lived a long, full life. He saw Jacob, his son, buried. So anything jump out to you while reading that?
I took care of Jacob's family. Trying to look around. Scared to come after him.
You're answering question two. Yeah. So, well, since we're talking about question two, answer. What is the significance of verse 5?
Keep Jacob and his family.
Why were they in danger? Why were they in danger?
Well, because the brothers killed all that clan, the other clans around.
Yeah. This will likely happen extremely close to the time where Simeon and Levi went and killed a couple hundred dudes who couldn't move because they had just been circumcised. Which we had talked about last week. Anything else jump out at anybody?
What jumps out at me is Jacob had sons by many women, did not necessarily, did not necessarily, the peacefulness within his family. And it doesn't say that they were honest wives,
No, two words after that.
by his own laws. This is God's will. It's not always in God's will.
Does that surprise you?
It sort of does surprise me. We know that ultimately God's intentions for Jacob, he was still in the line, even though he did things his own way. In the wrong way.
Well, that's the thing.
Like we
Well, that's it. There's nothing there that should surprise you because Jacob was a regular human being.
suffered some of the consequences of it.
Yep.
It'll take long for a family to fall away from God. God told it, because it's Jacob to him to get rid of all foreign gods. Worship other things.
That's one possibility. The other possibility is Jacob had a number of servants who probably came with their own gods. And they might have been the ones holding the point. It doesn't specify.
Which would be an influence on.
Yeah, right. So all that we can say for certain out of this passage is that some people in his household, servants or members, had foreign gods.
You know what the significance of it?
Piercing one's ear is a sign of slavery. Piercing one's ear is a sign of slavery. So to pierce one's ear and put in a certain ornament appears to have been at the time an indication of service to one of these foreign gods. A friend of mine, Dave Barca, you've met him, in college, wore a single earring in one of his ears. And someone asked him why. He said, "Because I get Christian freedom." To which another friend remarked, "Ironic, isn't it, that your act of Christian freedom is a symbol of slavery?" He stopped wearing his earring shortly after that. That was a sign of something else. There's a reason I pointed to my right ear, just to remove all doubt.
A friend of mine back in Kansas had a picture of her grandfather, and he wore earrings. He claimed it was for his eyesight.
That's some prairie voodoo right there.
I sure have to try it.
Aren't you?
They got signified, yeah.
Well, because of mom and her Bible reading every day, something jumped out at me because I was trying to find something. She was reading in Revelation 7 about the Christian church and this symbolic list of the patriarchs.
The 4,400, well,
Yeah.
the 44,
Anyway.
or 44,000.
Mom asked me something that I've never noticed, and the People's Bible doesn't say anything about it either. In this list of Judah, Reuben, Gad, Asher, they left out the name of Dan, and she wondered why. And I don't know. Everything I looked up, I couldn't find any. They had listed both half tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh. Yeah, from Manasseh, but the
I had no idea.
in the.
Yes,
Well, I never some other Bibles too, and they.
yeah, well, the translation of the list of the 12 tribes in Revelation 7 is particularly controversial. So there shouldn't be a different translation floating around there somewhere. Maybe slightly different.
Well, anyway, the significance to us is just that this symbolizes the whole Christian church symbolically, because this is in Revelation, they did a different order of than any place else in the Bible of the sons of Jacob. But we did wonder why Dan wasn't in it.
Because Dan was one of the northern tribes, in fact, the northernmost tribe.
Son of Philip.
I know,
Nobody said.
there are things in the Bible, there are many things in the Bible worthy of research, and many lifetimes can be spent researching them. That's not one I've gotten around to yet, so I don't know.
Well, I hadn't ever heard of it. Anybody else has one?
About the fire, the displays.
Yeah, there's something in there, but I don't know if, because to exclude them as opposed to the Benjamites. Who, Shibboleth was the Benjamites thing. If you pronounce Shibboleth differently, you got killed. So
That's okay.
I don't know.
Just pop that out.
Sometimes you find things I don't know about. I would not have made that connection.
Just jumped out at me since she
It- I might have a little bit of time this week. I'll see if I can find some. Did you got me? One of the things I will endeavor to do in this class is not speculate without telling you I'm speculating. And any answer I would give to that particular question would be pure speculation, so. Yeah. I think I'm pretty clear in telling you when I'm guessing about something. And my guesses are just that, guesses, and I'm willing to be shown I'm wrong. But I don't, I'll look into time to break up with Becker's commentary on the book of Revelation. If there's an answer to be had, he'll have it. Okay. Well, what happened at that? But not in this passage. What was the significance of Bethel before Genesis 35? Hmm?
What happened at Bethel before this? Yeah. Jacob's ladder.
Yep. So this happens in this passage, but it happens dozen times or more in the book of Genesis. God reaffirms his promises. Why does he do that? Well, Caitlin and I loved her on our wedding day. That should be good, right?
If he loves us, minds forget.
Yeah. More or less. You read, honestly, if you sat down and plowed straight through, you could get from Genesis 1 to Genesis 35 in a couple hours. But for these people, it's years, lifetimes. So being reminded occasionally is a good thing. Why do you think Jacob changed Benoni's name?
Tony means son of my trouble,
Uh-huh.
and Benjamin means son of my
Mhm.
identity.
The answer is in your Bible. You read footnotes. That's not cheating. Yes. Although Benoni could occasionally be appropriate names for certain 4-year-old boys, especially today. Grandma and Grandpa had to leave this morning. Anyone want to take Zeke and distract them? Any volunteers? I'm not seeing any volunteers.
Let's be rap.
He was so, yeah. Oh, he tried to come to, I was telling a couple people that one of his favorite activities when Grandma and Grandpa were here was jumping on YouTube and showing church services. So. Mhm. So where did Rachel die? On the way there. it's interesting, isn't it? Because Bethlehem is not exactly the world's most important town. It's not. At this time, there's probably a couple hundred people, if that. But it keeps coming up over, and over, and over, and over again. Even in the Old Testament lesson today, the prophet Micah acknowledges, look, Bethlehem, you're more or less irrelevant, even in the tribe of Judah. But out of you will come the Savior. Does anyone know what Bethlehem means? Well, Bethel means house of God, and El Bethel means God of the house of God. So what does Beth mean? House of, yes. Letter means bread. Bethlehem means house of bread. And you could probably push it a little bit to draw a connection between that and John 6, but John 6 is controversial enough. Bread of life discourse. Preached on it for 4 weeks or something. No one knows what. Yeah, right there, sermons. Make it more memorable. I am the bread of life, whoever eats of me shall live, even though he dies, and whoever eats of me shall never die. That whole thing, John 6. House of bread, interesting that the bread of life was born there. And the reason John 6 has some controversy is there are people who try to draw connections between John 6 and the Lord's Supper, which it can't be for a reason your grandson pointed out very clearly. It can't be about the Lord's Supper because the Lord's Supper can't have been Jesus doesn't talk in ways where no one can understand this point. But it's complicated. Did you know that? I'm talking to you. He has a good insight that would serve him well, no matter where he ends up. And he has this insight despite that.
Really bad. I'm sitting here thinking really awful things like you said, house of bread. I wonder if that's why people have gingerbread houses.
I'm not sure that those are connected, but that's a little far afield. She's just in the never been proud. So what's surprising about Jacob meeting Isaac?
When he left, he had conceived his father.
Well, there's that. When he left, what were they saying about Isaac? What did Esau say? Yeah, after the days of mourning for my father are over, I'm going to deal with Jacob. This was 25 years later. It was at least 20, as we know Jacob served Laban 7 years, then 7 years, then 6 years. And then a bunch of other stuff happened. So somewhere in that 20 to 25 range, since Jacob deceived Isaac. And Isaac was ready to die at that time because he gave his kids his blessing. That's something you do on your deathbed. And then 20, 25 years later, it's still kicking. So what surprised you about Isaac's burial? Yeah. Jacob was no longer scared of Esau, and Esau wasn't ready to carry through his threat.
They were both old men themselves.
Well, middle age at least. Hey, Ashley, is anyone watching the kids right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me one.
I'm not being.
Well, I just asked the last question, so.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay. Anything further on any of this?
That's a rich book.
It is. It's the reason I was excited when Rachel suggested we study it. So our next Bible class will be the 16th, because I'm going to be gone on the 9th, and the second we have the voters meeting and council meeting. And the 16th we'll have the voters meeting too. Although next Sunday after service, I think I'd probably go somewhere around. After Christmas, it'll be nice too. Yeah, it's good. It would reset up before September. Yeah, exactly. If that's acceptable to you, too. We all know you're the power behind the throne. All I wanted to do since I've got here is get on Highway 6 and go west, go something south. I think that's what we're gonna do. Well, take me through Minden, yes, I know where. Oh, my God, that is close. I got your transfer letter from Texas. To the high school. Oh. So yeah, that's, well, we're just gonna. If that's. If I going overnight, it's just deeper over. They're not officially members yet, so I don't think I have to put it with
What's their name?
So,
that. This is Denise and Brittany.
yeah,
And you're from,
Colorado,
Yes.
the name of the town.
Grand Junction.
Okay, you know Lyle Weaver? I went to high school with him, he just had a class reunion at his place, but my cousin and member of the church, but
Nope.
I don't know. Okay.
Been pretty.
Oh, good.
Oh, Joe
Seriously. But, no, I was thinking the 16th. But we could make it the 23rd. Okay. Yeah, let me know. That'll be your official welcome. But. It's just administrative.